Hello real world spectators, my name is Rain and welcome to another video log of my life on the Isekai realm. I know it's been quite some time since the last one, but we're here with video log number 51 and today we'll be doing a lot of work, especially since a lot of time has passed by and I have a lot of stuff to catch up on, lots of ideas, right? So I'm here behind my castle because I just got a pretty cool idea of something that I really want to test out, and for me to gauge whether it will work out or not, I require a street. It's going to be built here, slightly towering over the street side. And if you haven't figured it out already, I'm going to be building some lampposts. So yeah, the back street is the best place to test this out. The idea that came to my mind first was to use a gray-black palette, but if that doesn't really work out, I'll just swap it for other colors, right? So I'm starting with this on the side. So basically having a base right here and then making it thinner as it goes up. I need to pillar up because I don't have scaffolding on me. Alright, I'm already starting off badly. Please forgive me, it's been some time.
Music be bopping.
Okay guys, I think I work much better in the rain. Get it? What kind of laugh was that? Anyway, so let's see what we have so far. And it looks very simple now that I really look at it. Maybe I should change the black palette a bit, but then I do plan to add like wiring, so I'm going to be using these chains in order to have all the power lines connect to each other, to each lamppost. So then a single module should look like that, each of them connecting to each other. But I really don't like this black palette, so I'm going to try something different right now and see how it turns out. So I decided to go for deep slate as a black palette. Oh, be gone, beast! I prefer this color much better because it doesn't look like the andesite on the roadside, so it gives a better contrast, right? So now that the rain has subsided and we do have clear skies right now, I'm going to go ahead and build these in the main street area in front of my castle. Just a bit more wiring left and that's it, complete. So, as you can see here, I did change it up a bit for it to look more sleek. And something that I feel I must mention is that it took quite a number of tries for me to actually get this looking good like it looks right here. And because before, with the test one that I did behind the castle, it looked a bit wonky when I finally put it in here, so I decided to change some of the blocks, keeping the same color palette and building on both sides of the main street in front of my castle. So we have this entire line going all the way down right in front of my mansion, each module connected to each other. And one extra detail I added is this cable going downwards to make it seem like it's going underground, you know, like the cables don't come from nowhere and go nowhere. But the key detail that makes this very attractive and very difficult to make is the netherite block each of these have. So these lampposts are super freaking expensive. One netherite block is very hard to get. So for each lamppost that I do need one of these right here, which I'm not going to make more lampposts anytime in the near future. This is it for now. You know, at first I was a bit concerned that it would ruin my view of the sakura, but having these lampposts out here at night only makes it look even more developed and more detailed, which essentially makes each build interconnected, and that cohesiveness in general makes everything look like it has life. It makes it look like we have people living here. I mean, not right now, but eventually we will. But anyway, in the interest of making things cohesive, I decided that there are a few things that I must change as well ever since I finished the lampposts. And it's these small lampposts on the bridge here. I want them to look more like these tall lampposts here, but smaller versions. These brown ones I built first. I don't like them anymore. These deep slate ones are better because they also have a daylight sensor, so they can turn off and come on automatically. It does look good even from this angle, so it doesn't look like the brown one that blends in with the rest of the bridge. It stands out a bit, which makes it even better looking for me. So I'm going to remove all of these and replace them with the new design that I have. Alright, that didn't take too long. And here is the final look of the bridge. I do think it looks better, but if it can be improved in any way, do let me know in the comments and I will be willing to test it out and see if it does indeed look better, right? Another day means another thing that we can improve right here in my base domain, and the thing that I have in mind are these sakura trees, these cherry blossom trees right here. And if you remember a long time back, I did say I want these to be arching over, to overlap, so that when you're riding your boat coming from underneath, it looks beautiful, it looks very scenic from below looking upwards, right? So basically that's what I'm going to be doing right now, is to extend the branches out from these trees to go over the waters below. One thing that I recently learned when it comes to building organic builds like these that place blocks in very weird areas is to use dirt blocks at first, and it works somewhat like, you know, making a sketch before drawing and then filling it in with color, like with paint or whatever. First, you look at your sketch and see if you're satisfied with the general shape. I do like how this turned out. Then you fill it in with color, right? Just like this. This is the final product, everything filled in, so you can see the arches, the extensions that I have added to the branches of these sakura that go over the water. Let's see what it looks like from this side. It slightly covers the tower, but it does make it feel more natural and more organic than it was before. And from the water below, does look better when it's branching out. When it's branching out over the water. So moving on to other things and other projects I have in mind, I did build this bridge right here to connect the mainland to this little island because I do want it to be like a fishing boat dock kind of area. And I'm thinking that maybe in this video log I can actually build something on this side. So something I had in mind, somewhat like a power generator type of thing, you know, because the water is right here coming all the way in here. So maybe we can have one of those little wheel spinny thingies that the water pushes around. I forget how you call them. So that's going to be another thing that I'll be building right now, and I would love to actually make a time lapse for this, but you know what, I'm just plain lazy, and so I'll be back when I have something substantial to talk about. Okay, I'd like to say first of all, substantial doesn't necessarily mean I've done a giant thing, right? I've done this major wheel here that goes into the water that should be spinning and, you know, have gears moving that I will attach to this. So I will have other wheels attached to it as well. And the building is going to come right beside this. So this is going to be attached to a building, right? But first, I finish the gears that are to be attached to it so that we can have rotating action. And yeah, I chose different colors so that we can differentiate between the different gears. As you can see, it starts from the large one at the bottom that spins around and eventually turns the other ones that are attached to it. Yeah, this does look pretty neat from this angle, right? Okay, this time I can see that something substantial has been done in that the entire build is finished. And I want you guys to judge it for me a bit. When I reveal it to you guys, I want you to tell me in the comments whether you think it looks good or you think it looks like caca. But first, let me go put my shoes on because you don't wear shoes indoors. I don't know what kind of maniac does that. So I'm going to reveal it by walking down the end of the street, and you can already see it peering out from the end of the road. It is a very tall build, about 3 stories high and sort of 1 basement level. So it's taller than the lampposts, as you can see, but it looks very worn and torn because the idea behind it is that it's the first fisheries building to have been built in this region, and it has been refurbished a few times, but not really in use at the moment. So I won't really have any use for it until later on. It's sort of like a historical monument. So this is what it looks like from the front. I'm generally pleased with it. It looks really nice. Let me show you a bit of the side profile showing all the wheels, the gears, the water mill, I mean. Yeah, it can look a little older, so I'll probably have to texturize it a bit more for it to look like it's been there for quite some time. That's not going to be too hard, but I do love the general vibe I'm getting off of this build. Here we have a close-up of the water mill and the gears that are turning, and we have a fire escape. You know, buildings like these usually have that, and this is what it looks like from the other side of the main street. And this is from the pagoda building. You can see it fits in with the rest of the buildings here, so it's quite cohesive. Finally, we have from the top of the castle, and I just love how everything looks. I'm glad I decided to build this. So I have more to do in my area in the near future, especially over here. As you can see, I've already secured a piece of real estate that I had initially planned to build horse stables, but I felt like that's too much within the town area for me to build. So maybe I can do some housing and finally have some villagers to live in my town, right? I don't think it's wrong for me to say that there have been many changes that have occurred in this world over time, right? And there are many things that I just only recently discovered, like being able to make this spyglass, for example, which is pretty cool, by the way, so that I can see long distances. But this spyglass was made out of amethyst shards and copper, right? And I just recently discovered that these amethyst shards can be used to make something very interesting, and it can be very useful as well, especially when creating farms, right? So the other day I had some amethyst shards on hand and noticed this tinted glass, and it does exactly what it sounds like it does. So I'm going to be using Legoshi as an example of what it does, and basically it's something that you can see through, but on the other side of it, once closed up entirely, it makes it completely dark. So Legoshi, once I cover him up, is going to be enshrouded in complete darkness, just like that. So this could make my farms more efficient, right? Well, Legoshi agrees, so here's a little snack, my friend. The farm I had in mind was my creeper farm. I wanted to make it a little bit more efficient by darkening the entire place all the way around, and also securing everything that's inside so we don't have creepers dropping in weird places sometimes. Oh, just like that, just like that. No, 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 no! Oh! I hope it didn't destroy any part of my farm. But anyways, I'm pretty sure I'll be needing more tinted glass than what I currently have with all the amethyst shards with all the amethyst shards that I'll need in order to surround this entire farm. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of searching for amethyst geodes, but it will be worth it in the end. And even if we don't have to get this done right now, you know, think of it like sort of a future insurance, like future proofing in case anything goes wrong in the future, you know, I'm set for it already. I did end up finding a cluster of amethyst geodes around here while exploring. About 3 of them I found. Probably if I search a bit more, I can find more, but yeah, this is what we have so far. We have this amethyst geode, which is pretty large. I have been coming here to supply myself with these using Fortune 3 in order for me to get as much amethyst shards as possible. But as I said, this is only one of 3. I dug a tunnel this way, leading me directly and safely towards the other one. So we have this one here, which you have to go down slightly a bit, but it's not very far away. In fact, this one here is what I consider the center one between the 3 of them, which means I come to hang around here a bit so that I can have all 3 of the geodes loaded and all of the amethyst crystals can grow. The 3rd one is down here. You can actually see it from here. So yeah, all in all, I think I found a great cluster of amethyst geodes, which helps me get as much as possible, right? This one is very huge, as you can see. And after a few long days of waiting for crystals to grow and making these tinted glass, I finally completely surrounded the entire farm, which should, in theory, make it even more efficient, right? So I'm here at Raskatron's base because I had asked him a few days earlier that I needed some wool. So I'm here waiting on him. Where? Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, Rasky, what's up?
Everything's good.
So I'm here about the wool that I asked you for. Do you have it ready?
Yes, everything is ready.
Oh, yeah, perfect. All right, show me the way. Lead the way.
I left it running for 2 days. I assume you have a big project?
Yeah, there's a map art project that I really want to work on.
Oh yeah, those do use a lot of wool.
Yeah, very much so. So I appreciate the help. This one is going to be like a really big one, like long. It's going to be a 1x3. So I'll need a lot.
You'll find them inside of these chests.
All right, let's see. Oh, 2 double chests and then some. All right, okay, this is perfect. I think this could give for like 2/3 of the project, which is a big help. I will be owing you one for all of this black wool right here, so don't worry about it. I got you, bro, just like how you got me, okay?
All right, no problem.
All right, Rasky, I'll see you around, okay? Now, the project I was talking about is here at the map art district, where I can't seem to stop making map art for some stupid reason. So I have this area already filled out with stone. It's going to extend all the way this way and all the way the other direction. So it's going to be 3 maps long It's going to be somewhat of a major project. It's going to be a banner. And the only place I'm going to be doing this is during streams over on Twitch. So follow me on Twitch if you want to catch me on my streaming days when I'm doing this and other things. I often switch it up a bit, okay? But before I leave, I do want to show you the most recent map art that I've done. It looks pretty cool from above, I know, but it was a very arduous and time-consuming task to get this done. I'm just glad I'm done with it, and I said I would never do another map art after this, but here I am already starting a new project. And I will show you how it looks loaded in a map. However, you'll see that in the next video log when I go to the new and improved Airship Tavern opening by Pink Slip. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment below. I always answer all my comments, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe because it helps the channel out a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.